All right, welcome to this week's edition of Realtor's Edge. Today we have Nate Johnston with us, properly branded, wearing his Tyler Miller team hat here, so we don't have to ask him who he's with, but thanks for coming.
Hey, thanks for having me out here. Super excited to be doing this with you, man.
Yeah, appreciate the time, and I'm just veering off topic right away because I see the shirt. You've got the Lakers shirt. You a hockey guy?
I used to play back in the day. Now I coach, man.
All right. You say back in the day. You look young. You could have been that long ago.
I stopped playing 3 years ago, 4 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's been a while.
It seems like a while. Now, when I do it, I think 13 or 14 years ago, since I put the pads up in the rafters and told, don't call me anymore when you need a goalie. I'm out.
Dude, that's the worst part about being like an ex-goalie is like everybody.
Oh, you're a goalie too?
I was.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
Yeah.
All right, that's brother in arms here.
No, the only time like I'll go plays if like I'm like a skater, like an actual player, because I want to go score goals now. Like I hated playing goalie. Like fuck it.
You hated playing goalie?
No, not like now I do. Like I'm like, why the fuck was I a goalie?
And that's just it. Once my knees started hurting, my back started hurting, and the main thing, my brain wanted to do what I could do when I was young and strong and flexible, and now I'm not flexible, and it got painful.
Yeah, I'm like, all right, I'm done. Now I just want to go score goals.
Yeah, I agree. I like getting out there and skating, but I still, like I said, 13, 14 years since I put the pads on, and I'll run into people, and they'll still ask me, like, oh, we got a team we're putting together. We need a goalie. It's like, no. It's been over a decade.
Yeah.
Like, no.
I'm good, man. I'm good. If people ask me, I'm like, nope, don't even have my pads. And they're sitting in my basement.
Mine are in the rafters, but they're like 25 years old. They're not even close to what people use these days. So yeah, it's not a question. Insulation. pretty much. But I can't throw them away. You know, I got my helmet, I got my pads, and my kids will pull them out every now and again and kind of laugh at it.
Yeah.
But that's
use them for street hockey or something like that.
No, not even. They're about the size of my kids.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
So I don't know if you know this. So we just met. We got recommended to have you on here. But part of my branding, I'm the lone goalie. So I took my goalie career and the fact that everyone remembered me as a goalie, I started to brand myself that way.
It's a smart way to do it.
Well, I'm hopeful that people remembered me as a goalie. Maybe they'll remember me as the lone goalie.
Lone goalie now, yeah.
So that's one of the things that I do, try to make this business more interesting. Mm-hmm. And you know, that's why we're here at today's podcast, is to have something that you're doing that's working. So before we get to that specific tip that you're going to have today, give me the brief rundown. You know, where are you at with the Tyler Miller team? How long you been there? Tell me short background.
Yeah, so I've been in the industry for about probably coming up to 3 years now, I would say.
So you went straight from the hockey career to real estate.
Yeah, I played a year juniors up in St. Cloud, and I had a boring story on how I got into it. I was laying in bed one night, and I was like, fastest way to become a millionaire. Real estate.
Google?
Yeah. And real estate popped up, and like there was like day trading and whatnot. I'm like, oh, real estate, like that sounds cool. I took my courses, passed my tests, and I'm like, sweet, now what do I do? So I got into Keller Williams. I was there for about a year and a half. Just wasn't getting the properly training that I was hoping to get out of it. And I was part-time. I was still coaching, you know, from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. every single day. So it was hard for me to kind of focus on real estate. And a good friend of mine, Max Menny, he joined the Tyler Miller team about a month before I did. And he's like, dude, you got to just like come meet these guys. Like, it's a great group. And I was like, sure, why not? Met Tyler, he sat down and he goes, you got one or two options. Is you can keep your coaching career, you can say quit and focus on real estate full time. And like in my head at the time, I'm like, who does this guy think he is telling me what to do? But I thought about it and I was like, you know what? Like I got life goals, and unfortunately life goals that it comes with money. So
yeah, there's a lot of fun stuff to do in life if you have the money to do it.
Right.
You got to find that balance too, because I see it often that people work so hard in this industry that they don't have time to actually enjoy things, because we work when people aren't working. You know, we're working evenings and weekends, and you got to find some time to enjoy it too. And you can answer a call while you're on the boat, or you know, whatever it is, you can get out there.
Exactly. So joined them about a year ago. I think I joined in April. So little over a year now, and I've quadrupled my business ever since joining. I'm like, this is a spot for me.
So it's working.
This is it. This is it. So
awesome, man. It's a good group. I've met a lot of the guys that work over there. Everyone's happy, and I see the numbers. You guys are doing business.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we are.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. So now let's get down to it. So what's something that changed when you came over to Tyler Miller that helped you quadruple your business, other than quitting hockey?
Other than quitting hockey, I would have to say it's don't be afraid to talk about real estate around your friends, right? Like when I first joined, I was like, well, they're all in debt. They're all in 4 years of college. They're not going to be buying homes. So I had to find a different way to network myself. So one for me, it was getting in front of hockey parents. Like they're constantly moving from association to association. For me, it was getting in front of my parents' friends. Once I turned 21, just talk to a random guy at a bar once in a while. I could talk to a wall for 25 minutes and have a great conversation.
Goalies are always weird.
Yeah. The amount of times I talk to myself in the net, I'm like, I wonder what I'm going to do after today. But so for me, it's being face to face with people and just being who I am and reading the room and going from there. Yeah,
I'm glad you said reading the room, because I always I agree. I think back, there's one transaction in particular that was one of my best friends, and he bought a house, and I got invited to the housewarming party, and I was upset, and I kind of was steaming about it internally, and then I realized after I talked to him, he didn't know what I did. He thought I worked at a bank, and it was like, I've been doing this for years. Yeah. How did he not know what I did? And it took me a couple of days until I put the mirror up in front of me, and that's my fault. You know, one of my best friends doesn't know what I do. And like you said, I was really young. My friends were young. We all had student loan debt. He was one of the first ones to, get a career and get married. But I never talked about what I did specifically. Yeah. And the analogy that I made, we had another friend who was a doctor. And at that point, he had just gotten out of school. I didn't know what type of doctor he was. I knew that he was a doctor, but I couldn't tell you if he was a knee surgeon or, what he did. He's actually a radiologist, which I figured out after. But my point there is that, I knew that he did something. He was a doctor. He worked in the medical field. And my friend knew that I did something with money and banking, but he never thought to call me. And that's where I failed. I was too worried about not being that guy at the party that's trying to sell stuff, and I totally failed at telling people what I did. Yeah, I mean, social media has been huge for me too. Yeah, like just get out, and I'm still bad at it, but I keep telling myself just like post, whether it's personal, business, like post as much as you possibly can. Like there's too many times that I see on social media of like a friend from mine from like high school, just bought a home, and I'm like, what the heck? Yeah. Like that's a missed opportunity for me. But like I'd reach out and like say like, hey, congrats. And they're like, oh, like I see that you're in real estate after the fact that they bought the home. And it's just like, shit. Yeah. And you know what? That again, the one instance where I had the aha moment wasn't the only one that I didn't get, but that person I've since done 3 loans for him. So that was over a decade ago that I lost that transaction. He's moved twice, and we did the COVID refi for him as well. So to you, just because you missed one, don't be upset about it and avoid that person or burn the bridge. Do exactly what you're doing. Reach out, stay in contact, the next time they know, and you don't have to guilt them, but they know. Yep. They know, and they're sitting there thinking, and if they like you, then next time they should come around. Yeah, absolutely. I agree. And I guess the last one is I got pretty lucky. Our team, we did this bingo board contest, and each like square, like it would like be like a challenge, like 50 social media posts, or one of them was reach out to a lender and like receive like 50 leads. So I contacted a lender. And I was like, hey, like, do you have any like old stale leads that we could follow up, try to put a deal together, yada, yada. And she goes, well, I got this developer. And I was like, oh, okay. So I met with the developer, and he's like, I want you to start selling my lots in Zimmerman. And I was like, all right, cool. And he goes, what's the best way we should market it?
And I was like, well, dirt is dirt, unfortunately. It's hard to sell dirt.
Yeah.
So I started reaching out to builders. And one of the builders that I came across that kind of built in the area, he doesn't build anymore, but he has like 100 lots in like Oak Grove, St. Francis, East Bethel. And he's like, I want you to sell these for me. And I was like, what? So like now I'm reaching out to other builders, to like start building out there. I've built builder relationships. I now work with 2 developers, all from one phone call to a lender. So like,
And did you have any experience with builders and development before that?
Zero.
All right.
Absolutely zero. So I've been leaning on Tyler Miller quite a bit to help me out on that side, but that's another perk of being on a team.
Yeah.
So shout out Tyler Miller. So yeah, I mean, you never know what that phone call is going to lead to.
Yeah.
So if you're scared to do it, just do it. Because like it could change your life. And to be honest with you, it's changed my career.
Yes. I mean, you said you got 180 in Oak Grove and then how many more up in Zimmerman?
We got about another 20 in Zimmerman. We got probably 10 in Elk River between Oak Grove, St. Francis, East Bethel. We have a new one coming up in Linwood now. So, I mean, we just got land everywhere, and like it's just a great opportunity. I was doing like reverse prospecting, and now I'm doing $1 million build.
Wow.
With a realtor. I mean, It's just phone calls.
Yeah.
You just never know where it's going to go.
So from a random phone call, a product that you knew nothing about beforehand, and now you've got over 200 potential sales on your hand. That's incredible.
From one phone call. Like I said, it changed my career. It changed my business. And it was all because of a bingo board contest.
That's funny. So, the takeaway, do the bingo board contest.
Do the bingo board contest.
Or if you don't have one, pick up the phone. Make that call.
Make it.
And so many times it'll lead to things that, you had no idea.
You have no idea about.
That's awesome. All right, well, we're going to wrap it up because we like to keep these things short. For everyone out there watching, make that phone call. Go find those deals.